This story is called Gaming Rivalry. The city of New Haven was buzzing with excitement as the E3 conference approached, with gamers and developers eagerly awaiting the NovaTech's Aeon and PulseCorp's Apex, two highly anticipated games that promised to revolutionize the gaming industry with their cutting-edge graphics and innovative gameplay mechanics. And the rivalry between their CEOs, Ethan and Liam, was at an all-time high, with both men determined to outdo each other and claim the top spot in the gaming world. Their competitive spirits fueled by a long-standing friendship turned sore, as they engaged in a series of intense marketing paints and public trash talk that had the whole city talking, with fans eagerly taking sides and speculating about which game would come out on top, and whether the rivalry between Ethan and Liam would ultimately tear them apart or drive them to create something truly amazing. As the days ticked down to the E3 conference, the tension between NovaTech and PulseCorp continued to build, with rumors of sabotage and circulating among the gaming community, and it seemed that nothing could stop the impending showdown between Aeon and Apex, not even the mysterious hacker group known as the Codebreakers, who were rumored to be planning a surprise of their own, one that would change the course of the gaming industry forever, and leave Ethan and Liam wondering if their rivalry had been just a warm-up for the real challenge ahead. As they prepared to face off in a battle of wits, skill, and innovation, with the entire gaming world watching and waiting to see what would happen next. And the stage was set for an epic showdown that would push the limits of gaming and friendship to the limit and beyond. The day of the E3 conference finally arrived, and the Los Angeles Convention Center was packed with excited gamers, developers, and journalists all eager to get a glimpse of the latest gaming technology and innovations. With NovaTech and PulseCorp setting up their booths, showcasing their games, On and Apex, in massive, flashy displays that seemed to outdo each other in terms of size and spectacle, Ethan and Liam stood confidently in front of their respective booths, shaking hands with fans, giving interviews, and talking about the unique features of their games. But beneath the surface, tensions were running high, as both CEOs knew that this was more than just a game launch. It was a battle for gaming supremacy. Suddenly, a group of masked figures appeared on the stage, dressed in black hoodies with the Codebreakers emblazoned on their backs, and the crowd fell silent in anticipation. "Ladies and gentlemen," one of the figures announced, "we are the Codebreakers, and we're here to shake things up in the gaming world with a challenge that will push the limits of skill, strategy, and innovation." The figure paused for dramatic effect before continuing. "Invite NovaTech and PulseCorp to participate in a high-stakes tournament, featuring both Aeon and Apex, with the winner claiming bragging rights and a cash prize of $1 million. The crowd erupted into cheers and applause, as Ethan and Liam exchanged a look of surprise and intrigue. Before nodding in agreement, the gauntlet had been thrown, and they were ready to accept the challenge. But that's not all. The Codebreaker added with a sly smile, "We'll be introducing new challenges and obstacles throughout the tournament, to keep things interesting and push the teams to their limits." Ethan and Liam looked at each other, and without saying a word, they knew that this was going to be a battle for the ages, one that would test their skills, their strategies, and their friendship. The tournament began with teams from all over the world competing in On and Apex. The atmosphere was electric, with crowds cheering and commentators shouting play-by-play analysis as the players clashed in intense matches. Ethan and Liam watched anxiously from the sidelines, their eyes fixed on the screens as their teams battled it out. But just as it seemed like NovaTech's Aeon team was pulling ahead, the Codebreakers introduced a new challenge, a massive AI composite that appear in both games, requiring players to work together and share strategies to defeat it. "This is insane," one of the commentators shouted, as the crowd went wild and the players scrambled to adapt to the new threat. Ethan and Liam looked at each other, a spark of realization igniting in their eyes. This was no longer just about winning or losing, but about something much bigger. "We need to talk," Ethan said, grabbing Liam's arm and pulling him aside, as the chaos of the tournament raged on around them. "What is it?" Liam asked, his voice low and urgent, as they huddled together in a quiet corner of the convention center. "I think we've been looking at this all wrong," Ethan said, a hint of excitement in his voice. "Instead of competing against each other, what if we combined our games, merged On and Apex into something entirely new?" Liam's eyes widened in shock as the implications sank in. It was a crazy idea, but it just might be crazy enough to work. The crowd's roar faded into the background as Ethan and Liam's conversation gained momentum, their words spilling out in a rush of excitement and possibility. "Imagine it," Ethan said, his eyes shining with enthusiasm. The best features of Gun and Apex, combined into one game that would blow everything else out of the water. Liam nodded, his mind racing with the potential, as they both knew that this was a chance to create something truly revolutionary. The tournament continued around them, but for Ethan and Liam, the real competition had just begun, a race to merge their games and change the gaming industry forever. As the days passed, NovaTech and PulseCorp worked tirelessly to integrate UN and Apex, their teams fueled by a newfound sense of purpose and collaboration. The Codebreakers, impressed by the CEO's bold move, offered their support, providing valuable insights and expertise to help smooth out the merger. And then, it happened. The newly merged game, Onyx, was unveiled to the world, a game that combined the best of both worlds, with breathtaking graphics, immersive gameplay, and innovative features that left players and critics alike in awe. The gaming community erupted in a frenzy of excitement, as Onyx quickly became the most talked about game of the year, with fans eagerly anticipating its release. Ethan and Liam stood together, smiling, as they looked out at the sea of enthusiastic gamers, knowing that their decision to merge their companies had sparked something truly special. "This is just the beginning," Ethan said, turning to Liam with a grin, as the crowd cheered and chanted their names. Liam nodded in agreement, his eyes shining with pride and anticipation, as they both knew that Onyx was only the start of an epic new chapter in the world of gaming.
Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching my short story. Subscribe.